Well, hi, friends. Good morning. Thanks again for hanging out and checking out another episode of The Joy of Pepe, where we take frog art and bring it to the next level, bring it to you, show you how to do it, give you an idea, or you can simply just sit along and hang out with us, and watch the show. But if you do want to follow along, I'll make sure to put a link to the software I'm using, which is Inkscape. It's open source and free, very powerful. And I'll also put a link to the original artwork here that we're going to use. Now, as you see, we've got an evil Bolshevik poster here, and we're going to frog it up and make it not so evil. We're going to make it friendly again. All right, because we don't like the Bolsheviks very much. Yeah, they were bad. They were bad folks. All right, so first thing we need to do is we need to get a background. Now, as you can see, we've got kind of this guy was doing a little bit of perspective here to show it like a box almost. Well, we're not going to add that element, but what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and we'll get our square tool here, our square and rectangle tools, and we'll go ahead and we'll create our background of the same size so it's easy to transfer everything over. All right. That should be about good. We'll just bring him right over there. And let's go to our fill tab. Okay. Bring that up. We're going to make that this color here. We're going to take away that outline. Okay. Now, I guess the best place to start would be this figure here. The main figure. And he's got several elements to him. So we'll start out first with just doing a full background. It looks like it's mostly this color here. So we'll do the whole background in that color, and then we'll add these darker elements for the details afterwards. And then, of course, we're going to change that head into a nice Apu head or a Pepe head. I like the Apu head for this style because it works so much better, and of course we'll add some other elements. I don't like these stars, so we'll figure out something else to do in the background here. Probably something very simple and quick. All right, so let's get started here. We'll grab our Bezier pen, and we're gonna start right here at this corner, or this faux corner, if you will. Okay. Matter of fact, I don't like that. We need right there, right there. Okay, and we're gonna bring that up, and we've got a nice curve there that we can do in post after we get the initial background done. Okay, let's get that. There we go. Let's see a nice another little curve there. And yeah, I love these posters because it's forced perspective, all through very easy elements. Almost anybody can do this. It's very, very simple. You can create your own, but, and almost anybody can do that. But to actually do what I'm doing here, literally anybody can do it. It's glorified tracing, to be honest. But you're just going to have to know how to operate the actual software, And once you learn how to operate the software, and everything that it can do, or heck, not even everything. Heck, you'll see me this whole entire time that we're together. You'll see me probably use a third, if that, of the capabilities of Inkscape. It's basically the same thing as Adobe Illustrator, just free. There's some subtle differences here and there, but this is the software that I learned on, and I like it quite a bit. It's good, I don't like the idea of paying Adobe all that money for them to, give me the same stuff that an open source program would give me. All right, there we go. We got this work bopper we're working on here. Okay. And there we go. And we'll come back in post and do those knuckles. Okay. And take it from there. Go here. Another curve. Lots of curves in this that you don't necessarily see. It looks like a lot of straight lines, but in reality, there's a lot of curves. Okay, there we go. Okay. Take a little sip of coffee here. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Oh, and getting messages on the phone. Should have turned that off, I guess, huh? It's okay, though. You guys understand. You're friends. It's probably just somebody on X, Twitter, you know, saying GM, as we're wont to do. You know, that's part of the culture. You know, if you're going to be in this GM lifestyle, you know, you're going to get notifications quite a bit. People just, you know, telling you good morning. Some mornings, you know, you might forget to turn your phone off while you're trying to do a demonstration for folks on the Joey Pepe channel. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're on Rumble, hit that Rumble button, the thumbs up shit. There we go, yeah. Now, Rumble, I tell you what, I prefer Rumble myself. It's such a much better platform for free speech, and you know, it's the only real alternative to YouTube. And that's a good thing. We need alternatives. We need alternatives that are going to allow people to be what they want to be and say the things that they want to say. Because that's the society we live in. You know, we live in a society where you're allowed to have opinions that differ, you know, from the mainstream corporate narrative. I mean, could you imagine a world where they're all mindless drones like the government wants you to be? And these talking heads want you to be? I don't even know if the talking heads really want it or not, or if they're just captured, you know? I mean, a bunch of them, you know, they're definitely on the team of, you know, Satan. But, you know, do they want to be there, or do they feel captured? You know? I've always wondered that. All right, so we've got our initial guy done here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make him a solid color so it's easier to see what we're doing with our curve node editing here. All right, we bring the opacity on that down. We're going to bring out our node tool. We're just going to grab there, grab here. There we go. Match that up nice and good. All right, we need to... There, he's got some junk right there going on. Good for him. All the ladies love it. Okay, and we're good there. Now we got all these little curves. These are good. That guy can go in. This guy needs to come out. We need to break out the handle for this one though, because there we go. And these node handles, you know, they might seem a little intimidating at first, but once you get used to how they actually operate, and once you realize that there's nothing that the Control Z function can't fix, you start playing with them a lot more, and you'll see how much more accurate you can actually get. Okay, there we go. And then just this looks like this last curve here, and we'll go back down this side and double check just to make sure we're not missing anybody. It looks like we're all good there. Okay. So now what we'll want to do is we're going to want to go ahead and come in here and do all these darker elements that force the perspective for us. So because of the fact that so many of them actually lay on these edges for such a lengthy period of time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this outline intact for the time being, because we can just ride on that outline and make sure that we're not going outside of the designated area that we need to be in. So we'll grab our Bezier tool again. We're going to go from this corner over here to this corner, up, and there we go. Now this is where it's going to start to deviate a little bit here, coming up soon. So what we'll do is we'll get all the way up to here, and then we'll start this bit of a pocket here that he's got. There we go. And again, we don't like this Bolshevik guy. We're going to turn our snap function off there so it doesn't grab anything it doesn't need to grab. But yeah, we don't like this Bolshevik guy, so we're going to turn him into a Pepe, and it'll be up to us to decide what he's doing, what he's working on, you know. One thing I really like about, you could come in and you could just Photoshop or use GIMP or something like that, or even, heck, even Inkscape, and you could go in and you could have just replaced the guy's head, covered up the 1917 element, added whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's not going to make the edit look very good. It's going to make the edit look kind of hastened, and it's amateurish. Meanwhile, if you recreate the whole thing, it gives you the ability to be your creative self. And on top of that, now as much as we don't like the fact that this guy was a Bolshevik and he was probably drawn by a Bolshevik, we can still separate that artist from the art, and we can appreciate how they actually created this. When you're going through and you're redoing it and you're recreating it, it definitely gives you an idea of what the artist did who originally did it. It's kind of like the difference between, you can play a cover song on a guitar or piano, you can play that cover song, but are you as talented as the guy who originally made it? No. But you know what you can do? You can certainly appreciate that guy for his art. Okay, and there we have our secondary element. We're going to go ahead and boom, make that solid. We can go ahead and turn his outline off because we don't need his outline. But you can go ahead and take a look at the contrast and see what you've got there. And it's shaping up nice already. Already looking really, really nice. So now we'll move on to the next element. We're going to go ahead and, we got to go ahead and save as, because I just don't trust that Inkscape's not going to crash as I'm running OBS and this animation software that allows me to talk to you in the corner here. Let's see. Let's call this Hammertime. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and we'll get this corner done next. Bringing back out our Bezier tool, our Bezier pen, whatever you want to call this little device. Okay, and here we go, right around there. And again, you don't have to be precise because you're not trying to do everything that this person already did. You're just trying to do your little version of it. There we go. And we can make that the correct color. Take away his outline. Go ahead and press Control S for save. All right, now moving right along. Bringing back out our Bezier pen. There we go. And I really do hope you friends like what we're doing here. I hope you find it as relaxing as I do. Normally, it's bizarre, this the second time I've done this where I'm speaking the whole time. Normally I have some form of talk radio going on, or podcasts. Usually somebody angry telling me things that I don't necessarily want to hear. Let me know about the unfriendliness in the world, because we need that. We need to be told about the unfriendliness. We need to be aware of it. So this is the first time I've actually sat back and had my own thoughts running through my head, rather than someone else's and reacting to it. There we go. We're going to follow this outline that we've got here. That's why we didn't take it away yet. It just gives us a more accurate way to go about things. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that node. Okay, there we go. Going up around again. All right. And here we go. You know what? Looks like we might have gone off track a little too far. Well, no. We'll go back the way we came there. It's all right. Just another little happy mistakeroo there. There we go. And we've got the shadowing around his knuckles. And let's try to follow this pretty close, while still not obsessing too much. Because you can, if you're a very anal retentive person, there, you can, if you're obsessive compulsive, this kind of shit can really start to drive you mad. That's why I like to just kind of simplify things a little bit. There we go. All right. We're liking this so far. Okay. We're going to save that. Get our dropper tool out by pressing D on the keyboard. We're going to go ahead and remove that stroke around him. Okay, let's jump back here a minute and see how... All right, there we go. It's looking good already. Very, very simple, very easy so far. All right, there we go. All right. Go ahead and make that the proper color. And again, we're going to replace his head here, so we don't really need to necessarily worry about his head. But what we will do is we'll go ahead and we'll get this collar piece, just in case it sticks out a little bit from the Apu head we're going to put there. So again, we'll get our Bezier tool out again. And again, we're not following his face, because his face is pretty much going to be covered up. Okay, now we go back in. Ooh. You know what I just realized? Bear with me here, folks. What do we got going on here? Looks like I did well to save as many times as I did, because Inkscape just shat itself. And that's okay. It's free, and the people who work on it, they do a good job. It's mostly my shitty computer. Bidenomics has financially crippled me, and so we're not able to update. But that's okay. That's okay, friends. Because we've got patience, and we've got the Control-S function, that save function. So let's go in here. Hammertime 2, that's where we were at. All right, we weren't too far off there. Okay. So we got that element again. Go ahead and color him in. Go ahead and remove his outline. And let's go ahead and take a look at this again real quick. Fill. Okay. Here's something we need to do. I forgot all about this. We need to go ahead and we need to remove this part of the element. There we are. Okay. And we'll just use our clip set function. In order to cut out a little hole here that I forgot to take care of. Normally I probably would just normally have done this in 2 elements and unionized them. But I'm trying to go in a hurry. The last episode, the first one we did here, was just over an hour and 10 minutes. And I think we can go a little bit quicker than that. So we've got that. Where'd our... There he is. Why is that? That's bizarre. Okay, so we've got him. Go in. There we go. Clip and set. No, that's not what we want to do. We want to do the inverse of that. No. Remove him. Inverse. There we go. Now we've got the hole we need. Okay. Bring the opacity back down on that. And get the Bezier pen back out. And let's get back to work. Alright, and that's just going to denote the cuff of his sleeve there. And you know what, we'll go ahead and get this cuff done first so we don't forget about him. Just simple lines, that's all it is. Simple lines. Force perspective through shading. Alright. Now we got this bigger element here. And if you want to, you know, there's a lot of nodes when you go into this far kind of a detail here. If you want to, you can always simplify afterwards using your Control L function. Okay, there we go. We're off the border again. Coming right down. There we go. And again, we don't really need to worry about his face or his head too much. We're just going to go right through there. We just wanted to make sure in case that collar portion was visible, we had that element there. Okay. There we are. Back on the border. Okay. Go ahead and make that orange. There we go. Remove the outline. Okay, let's see where we're at. What do we got going? Pretty damn good so far. Okay. So now we need to go ahead and get the Bezier pen back out. And we're going to create this darker side here. Just going to go to that node corner there. Bring that node in. There we go. Now we can remove that outline. Okay. And then we got to get this hammer portion done. So Bezier pen. There's that. There we go. Very simple stuff here. Grab our node editor. There we are. Yep. Get these handles out. Move them back and forth until we get the desired shape. Create the element. There we go. Alright, and I think that about does it for our guy here, except for his head, obviously. So we'll go ahead and boom, there he goes, like that. And we can go ahead and we can remove that outline. Okay. Now we need a Pepe head. So let's find a Pepe head we like. Excuse me. And we'll go ahead and use this guy again. I know we used him last time, but it's such an adorable face. Well, you know what? I don't like that. No, never mind. Let's find a different one. I think that's better. It's much more in line. And again, I don't know who the original artist was for this guy. Looks like he got himself a snack. It's like a steak sandwich there. Hell yeah. Hell yeah to the steak sandwich. We'll go ahead and grab our Bezier pen. And we're just going to get these little corners here. And it sucks to have to do these guys every single time. But you want to be able to make changes, as it were. You know, you want to be able to color change. You want to be able to change shapes if need to. So it's always a good idea to go ahead and make a fresh Pepe head whenever you're at this. A fresh Apu or Pepe head. Fresh frog head, if you will. Alright, there we go. Let's get the node tool out. Get this guy's handle out. Close enough for jazz. There we go. Moving right along. Get your fucking handle out there, sir. There we go. Like you there. You like him there. 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 There we go. And last but not least, that line. That's close enough. Alright, we'll go ahead and make that orange. Okay, take away the outline. Go ahead and bring the opacity down on that. Now we need to go ahead and do the rest of his face here. And we're going to keep it in these three colors here. We're going to use black, orange, and red. That's all we should really need. Maybe some white. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And we'll just do the same kind of thing we did last time. We'll just go ahead and start with the eyes first. And again, we're going to go for a more hand-drawn look. By just following the path. And then simplifying it once we're done by removing some of the nodes. There we go. Let's go ahead and make that the dark orange. Control save. We'll go ahead and remove that outline. And we're going to simplify them a couple times. Remove a few nodes. There we go. That's good. Moving on to the next eye. And again, the only time we're really going to use the node editor here is to get that nice round perfect edge of the eye that comes off the face. Okay. Now, node editor, bring that out. And then simplify. Remove the outline. Control save. We'll go ahead and we'll group these together so they're easier to manipulate. Now we'll go ahead and get our eyes in, our pupils, if you will. There we go. And we'll make that the light orange color. Take away its outline. And then we'll just draw a couple little guys there, and we'll make him white. Remove the background. There we go. Control save. And then here we come again. Remove the outline. Bezier pen back out. There we go. Just some random little ovule shapes. There we go. Bring the eyes back up. Let's get the node editor tool out. Talk to this fella here about why he's off so heavily from our border. There we go. That's much better. Okay, now. Alright, we like that so far. Now let's go in here, make these dark orange. There we go. Making these nice thick lines that stand out real good on the poster. If you make them too thin, it looks a little bit off and it looks weird, and it's hard to do it in the block style poster that we've got here. Okay. Again, we're going to make that our dark orange. Remove the outlines. Okay. Bezier pen back out. Make sure to save again. Just use that Control S function. It's super slick and easy. No more difficult than using the turn signal in your car. And if you don't use the turn signal in your car, well, I don't know how good of friends we can actually be. And it looks like we're about to shit the bed again here, so get one more good save in. We'll go ahead and we'll wreck that and bring it back out. And I know it's annoying, folks, I know, but it's okay. We've got infinite patience. There's no reason not to. We're on kind of a time crunch. We've got to be done with this within the next 40 minutes or so, but I don't think it's going to take that long. I really don't. Okay. Here we go. Open recent Hammertime 2. Here we go. Go back to this guy right here. We're going to remove that. We're going to turn the right color, though. Here we go. B for Bezier pen. There we go. Dropper tool. Alright, as you can see, we're just moving along at a fast little clip here. Not being too precise, not being not precise. There we go. Remove that. And now it's just onto his lips. There we go. And we'll simplify this object once we have it made, just so it looks a little bit smoother. This needs to be dark. Go ahead and simplify that a few times. There we go. Get our Bezier pen back out. Remove that outline. Go through here. Not to worry, but just grab on that last node. And here we go. Just a nice line right for the mouth. There we go. We make that the light color. Take away the outline. And there we have it, folks. We have the face. Now all we have to do is eliminate that element. And just like last time, we're going to go ahead and take the initial shape. We're going to duplicate. First we got to make that the dark orange color because that's the color we're going for. And we need to duplicate that again. We'll make that blue for contrast. And we'll make sure we get, let's get that much this time. There we go. And again, we're going to go for the path difference. We'll put that right up here where it's supposed to go. Oh, there we are. There we are. And then we've already got some underside stuff going on here, so what we'll do is we'll just leave that out. That's good. I like the way that looks. It looks really nice. Okay, and now much smaller. There we go. Let's put a tilt to it. There we go. I think that looks almost perfect. We do need that more of a chin element here as well. So we'll go ahead and bust that apart again. We're going to take that background spot. We're going to duplicate that. Make that blue. Go ahead and let's make it a little bit thicker. There we go. I like that. Okay. Go ahead and make the difference on that path difference. And then we're going to go ahead and use the dropper tool, make it the proper color. And then we'll bring it underneath here. And there we go. You know what? Put that all the way under. There we go. I like that a lot better. There we go. Bring him back now. There we are. I like that a lot better. Okay. So now we need something for the chest here instead of 1776. I'm sorry, 1917 rather. Forgive me. We're going to go ahead and we'll do a GM. We'll do it in the propaganda style lettering. So we'll go down to our lettering, our text tool, type in propaganda right there. That's a standard one that I use quite a bit. Okay. Scaling back down right around there. Now here's the cool thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring that object to a path. We're going to turn that to a path. Then we're going to take our path effects. Excuse me. And we'll get a perspective envelope on it. And we're going to mirror the movements in horizontal. Grab our node tool. And this is going to allow us to change the perspective a little bit. Where do we like it? There we go. That's good, I think. Okay. And then undo that. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to go ahead and path, object to path. Now we'll put a little bit of a split in there so it looks like it's going up his chest. So we're gonna go ahead and mirror these movements in vertical, grab our node tool, and there we are. There we are. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll make him path, object to path, that way it doesn't revert. And dropper tool, GM, there we go. All right. Now, we've got him all together done. Well, no, you know what? Let's go ahead. And we'll add another element here. Go back to our text and font menu. Propaganda again. And then we'll grab that and make him a path as well. Then we'll go ahead and go to our path effects. Perspective envelope again. Close enough for jazz. There we go. Objective path. That works for me. It's not a super huge detailed part. Okay. So, now, let's go ahead and get our background element done. I think we'll go ahead and let's put a dull background, and let's go ahead and grab our stars tool. Oh, already I like that. Okay. Let's add some more corners, though, to it. There we go. I like that. And let's make that a bit... That works. Okay, and we'll go ahead and, oh, you know what? We're not ready for that yet. I want to duplicate this, and we're going to turn that into another orange. We're going to rotate that. And we'll just double click that, bring the rotate handles in. Okay, now there we go. And bring the opacity on both of those down just a little bit. Okay, and if you wanted to, you could even add a blur there. It might make it look cool or something. I don't know, but oh, unmove that. We don't need the background. Boom, there we go. That. There we are. Bring him up on top. So we might have made background just a bit too small. Okay. Bring him over as such. Okay. There we go. All right. Now we'll do the chain element real quick. This shouldn't take long. Remember, we're going from our edge here. Okay. Go ahead and make this red just for the sake of this. Node tool. Bring that node out just a bit. Alright. Come here, you little bastard. They can be kind of hard to grab sometimes, those little node handles. Alright, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and bring that in. Now we need to cut this portion out. You know what, while we're here, we'll go ahead and remove that outline. Get our Bezier pin out again. There we go. There we go. There we go. And same process here. You know what? Move that node up a bit. There we go. You know what? I don't like how any of that went there. So here we go. Let's try this again. You little shit ass. Okay, you know what? None of that's working out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to eliminate that element again. We'll start from scratch here. No big deal. Sometimes the shit gets away from you, and there's nothing you can really do. So you just grab your delete button and you get to it, you know, and you get back to work. There we go. There we go. And much better this time. Well, close enough for jazz. Now we'll go ahead and... no. There we have it. Okay. Now moving right along. There we go. There's some separate elements down there we'll have to capture up. There we go. Okay. Node tool again. Bring that right up there. Okay, moving right along. We'll go ahead and get this guy in. There we go. Okay. And we're nearing completion here. Just get this chain element done. And I'll go ahead and we'll put an overlay like last time on this. Might even use that exact same overlay. With those dust overlays, you can use those over and over again and people can't really tell unless they're super autistic. And if they're super autistic and they call you out on it, well, hell, they deserve that, don't they? They deserve to get you on that one. You know, never deny the talents of the autists. Okay, make that red. Yeah, go on now. You son of a bitch. There we go. All right, get our node tool out. Okay. There we go. And just two more elements to do, and they look like they're super quick and simple. I'll just leave him black. Since we're nearing the end and I don't really need to be super, you know what, there we go. Here we go. Make those black. Okay, then we can go ahead and make all of our other elements black as well. Okay, I was hoping, I don't know why I was hoping it. It's visually impaired, I guess. But what we'll do here is we'll just grab this node tool and we'll grab these nodes and we'll just drag them directly down to the bottom of the page. And this one Bring that rapscallion back. Okay. All right. And so we get that together. We no longer need this guy. We'll go ahead and we'll bring in that dust particle again. There we go. There he is. And he'll be super huge. But we'll bring him back down to size. We'll go ahead and get our snap to corners stuff going there. There we go. And just right up there. Boom. And again, we'll take the opacity on that way down. And there you have it. Your finished poster. Where we're breaking the chains, using the power of good morning and a work popper. Okay. Well, hey, thanks again so much for joining us on the Joy of Pepe. We really do appreciate it. So go ahead and please, hit that like, share, subscribe button if you enjoyed what you saw here today. We appreciate you, and want you to have a great afternoon and a great evening. We'll talk tomorrow morning. Bye now.